So today I want to talk about our imagination and what it is and what it is to me, what it means to me. So if you think about it, we as humans are the only, animals that have the function of imagination. And I have children, so I see in my children that the imagination is it's very strong when we're young. And that's just a natural, that's the way that we're created, is to have an extremely powerful imagination. And it is only through our conditioning and, being told and being, punished for imagination that we begin to lose that. So what I'm referring to there is, take a child that goes to school and is always daydreaming. So when you daydream, that's a very strong use of your imagination. You're putting yourself into a place that is not your physical world, but it's real. And if you go as children, they go to school and they do that, they're yelled at, and they're punished because they're not paying attention and they are off daydreaming. And through my studying and everything that I'm learning, it's like that's a very powerful. That's what the basis of getting what we want in life. It all comes to us through our imagination. There's nothing on this planet that was not. It had everything that we see on this planet had to be created in somebody's mind, or it wouldn't be here. Everything was created is a product of the mind. That guitar back there, that elf, all of it. Somebody had to have it in their mind before it became real. And that could be a big thing to wrap your head around in and of itself. But I do believe that, and I believe that the power of imagination is something unique to humans because we are the highest level on this earth. Now, I don't think we're the highest level in the universe, but we are the highest level on this earth. And we're given the imaginative functions, but we suppress it in our young. And what we're doing is it's going against the natural laws of who we are and as humans, because through the use of imagination, that's that's how things come back to us. And our imagination allows us to want for things and desire things, and really connects us to a different level, a different frequency. This, the to God, really. That's what connects us all together, is the imagination. And to go and take that and not allow our children to flourish, it's doing a harm. Now I understand that that's just kind of the way that the world goes that we live in. And not one person's going to go and change that, but it's something that instead of punishing for imagination. Now I get it, at school you got to pay attention, things like that, but one thing that I'm definitely going to do through all this with my children, even for myself, is to encourage that. To when my children, because I still have young children, when they're playing and being extremely imaginative, I plan on praising them, because I understand that is something that is going to bring them whatever they want in their lives as they start to get older and really have like desires, things like that. And that strong imagination is really a big part that's going to play in it. And really it's a happy time when we're in our imagination, right? Like, we're thinking about good things. It's I, at least speaking for myself, and what seems logical to me, is that we don't use we can use our imagination for negative things, but for the most part, when when you're imagining, in that creative type state, it's a positive feeling. And positivity is a huge thing that we need to bring into our lives. And anything that we can invite that has the positivity into our lives, the better. Because there's so much negativity and distraction, and naysayers, and people that just want to bring you down, that you don't want to do that to yourself. It's a task in itself to shut out those types of people and what they say, and not let it matter to you. And the way that you're able to do that is to just really think to yourself, like, what is that person, them saying that, like, what does that have to do with you? Like, they're not inside your head. They're not making your choices. They're not, nothing. So really, what anybody has to say, it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to me unless we allow it to. Their words, people's words do not change anything inside of us unless we allow it to. And to allow people to have that type of control on us is it's something that's not good, to allow somebody to control you to that level. And I think, and it's something that I've definitely done before, is to let what other people say really matter and affect me. And it's just little by little where, and it could be like with self-confidence, or, being conscious about yourself. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else, like, that's their own thoughts. Like, let them think what they want to think in their minds. But really, it doesn't matter to me. Like, it just doesn't. And even if somebody says, they say it, and it's, you just blow it off. You don't have to let that negativity enter you and enter into your mind. And the more you do that, the more everything works better. But I know I started off talking with imagination, but I'd like to move over to really what I spend a lot of time thinking on a lot of stuff. And one thing that I keep coming back to is that in order for this to work, and I will, in the future, I will show everything that's happened and that's currently happening to me in my life to show that this is working. But it's to remember what you're doing. Like, you have to remember that you're wanting to be better, because at times, life just comes at us so fast, and we get caught up in so much, and we just get caught up in our lives, right? We all have stuff that we got to do, and sometimes it may just be easier just to sit there and not use your mind, because it takes work to, like, think about this stuff. Like, it's not, and it gets easier with time, but this isn't something, it's much easier to sit on your phone and play games than it is, to read and to challenge yourself and to think about stuff. So once you sprinkle that in with, everything that's going on in your life, it's real easy to forget that, that you're trying to be better. You're trying to be more positive. But all you have to do is, it's really that easy, is just remember every day, and just little improvements every day, just very minute even improvements. As long as there's something that you're doing that is working towards, pushing you towards being a better person, then you're doing it right. You're working in the way, you're going the way that you need to go, and that you're going to get the things. And the more and the better that you get at it, the faster those things are going to come. And it really is, it's so simple. I mean, it really is, but it's not easy, because, again, it takes work. It takes, commitment. You have to really want to be better. Like, if you're cool with your life, then that's great, but if you're just settling with your life, and you really want more, you can have more. You can have a lot more. You can have anything that you want. It's not going to come overnight. It's going to be a slow, process, and you're going to slowly change and slowly begin to get the things that you want. But you can have anything, regardless of where you're at. From where you're at now, where you're going is wherever it wants to be. Like, your past does not dictate your future. It doesn't matter who you used to be. All that matters is what you're doing now and the way that you think now. Like, what you're dealing with in your life now is you're dealing with everything that your past has given to you. So if you don't want what you're having in your life now, then you need to change the way that you act, and you need to let go of the past, because the past, all that's going to do is continue to bring you down. And unless you have a good past, if you have a good past, then then that's great. But I'm speaking to the ones that are looking for improvements in life. And it's really like basic and juvenile at the very core of it, but it's just such a difficult thing because the way that our minds are programmed, and a lot of this stuff's going to go against some logic. Like people, logical people are going to say, oh, well, you're nuts. Well, no, I'm not nuts. Like, you're nuts for not understanding how powerful your mind is, and that your mind is what is giving you everything that you have. Like, to me, those are the illogical people now, because I'm starting to get a taste of what the mind does and what the power of it is. And all I really want to do anymore is I want to keep working at this. I want to keep studying it and keep talking about it, because it's something that it's there for everybody. Anybody, I've said it before, anybody that can understand the words that I'm saying, like, that's all you have to be able to do, is like to comprehend, and you can do this. And it's just through repetition and a desire for better, that you definitely can. You can get anything that you want. So but that's really, I guess, all that I got for today. But until next time, I hope that you enjoyed my talk. And any questions or comments that you have, definitely leave them. And I'm always open to answering questions. I mean, you have a question, I'll do a whole video on answering the question, whatever. So till next time, thanks.